Packing for a trip can be daunting, especially if you're trying to fit a bunch of clothing into one bag. Whether it's using packing cubes or a humble Ziploc to compress your clothing, the good news is there's always a way to make it work. Hey, I'm Tom from Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and ringing that bell icon for notifications. In this video, we're going to talk about 10 smart ways to pack clothing, from the Ranger roll to the KonMari method. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. To fold or to roll? That is the question. The answer really just depends on your preference. Folding is faster and better for clothing that wrinkles easily. The key to mastering the fold is making your clothing as neat as possible, which is why we dig the KonMari method. Here's a quick tutorial with a t-shirt. You want to start with it laid out flat and smooth it out with your hands. Doing this between each step will help keep creases to a minimum. Then imagine there is a long rectangle down the middle. Fold one side towards the center and fold the sleeve down before repeating on the other side. Finally, fold the shirt in half lengthwise, leaving a small gap at the bottom before folding the whole thing into thirds. Once you're done, you can arrange everything vertically as opposed to horizontally to save space. Just note the KonMari fold works best in clamshell backpacks or traditional suitcases, which are basically giant buckets. Rolling clothing is compact, which allows you to pack more. The only downside is that some clothing is more prone to wrinkling depending on the material. The Ranger roll is one of the most popular methods out there, so let's break it down with a pair of pants. Start at the waist and fold it inside out for a few inches. Next, go down to the legs and overlap them to make a triangle, like a pizza slice. Then you're going to make your pizza slice even smaller by folding each leg in towards the center. Finally, roll your slice all the way up from the bottom and turn that initial fold back out and over the entire roll when you're done. There's also the skivvy roll, which bundles your underwear, socks, and undershirts into a neat little burrito. Make a separate one for each day of your trip so you can just grab one and go. Taking the skivvy roll a step further is the bundle method, where you roll up an entire outfit into one bundle. Out of all the rolling methods, bundling is one of the best ways to keep wrinkles out of your clothing, so let's take a look and see how it's done. Start by making a tight base by wrapping your underwear and socks up in a t-shirt. Put this to the side for now and start laying your clothes on top of each other in layers that form a cross. You'll want to put pants vertically and shirts horizontally, with each item laying the opposite direction of the previous one. Once everything is laid out, put your base in the middle and start folding your clothing around it, one piece at a time. You can make a huge bundle for your whole trip. However, we prefer a separate bundle for each day. This way you'll never have to dig through your bag trying to piece together your outfit, since it'll all be wrapped up together. While bundling all of your clothing can save space, it is a challenge to get anything in the middle of the bundle quickly. Plus, it takes time and effort to put each bundle together. Packing cubes are a lower effort way to keep your clothing organized. You can do a quick and dirty roll up, shove everything inside, and the cubes will hold your clothing in place. There are all kinds of packing cubes out there depending on your preferences and needs. Compression cubes zip down to half their original size, while ultralight ones add almost no weight to your bag. Packing cubes made with mesh offer better breathability, and some have 2 compartments to keep your clean and dirty clothing separate. There are even waterproof packing cubes in case your travels get wet and wild. Before you run out and buy a bunch of packing cubes, it's important to consider the size and style that works the best for your needs and your bag. If you have a rectangular backpack or luggage, square cubes with straight edges will utilize every inch of space. Look for cubes with curved edges if your bag is more round. Once you've decided on a style, you can create a system of different sizes and colors to help you identify where everything is. You could have a designated blue cube for pants and a green cube for shirts, or something else entirely. Or use paracord or ribbon on zipper pulls to tell them apart. There's no such thing as the best packing cube for everyone, so we've created guides, reviews, and other videos on packing cubes. We'll leave links to those down in the description below. For something more heavy duty, there's compression sacks and bags. These are more rugged and typically feature compression buckles or drawstrings that really shrink clothing down to a fraction of their original size. They're a bit overkill for everyday items like t-shirts and shorts because they can cause more wrinkles than packing cubes. However, they really excel for bulky items like sweaters, hefty jackets, and thick scarves when you're traveling in the winter, especially for ski and snowboarding trips. Besides the basic buckled compression sack, there are a couple of other styles available to you depending on your use case. Compression dry bags feature weatherproof zippers or a roll top to make them completely waterproof. There's also drawstring compression sacks, which are commonly used for sleeping bags on camping trips. Most compression sacks aren't great for one-bag travel since they're on the larger side. However, there are a couple of smaller ones out there if you just want to put in a couple pieces of winter clothing. If you've ever tried to travel to a wedding one-bag style, you know how difficult it can be to pack a suit or a dress inside of your bag. Garment folders offer a simple solution with a stiff insert that makes it easy to fold a buttoned-up shirt, pants, or a dress around. Most of them come with handy instructions too, so you don't need to keep pausing and rewinding a video walkthrough. The downside to using a garment folder is that their long and bulky shape takes up a lot of space. This means it's better to use them in a traditional suitcase as opposed to a backpack most of the time. If you're traveling one-bag style, we recommend the Osprey Ultralight Garment Folder, which will fit inside larger travel backpacks. If you want something bigger, check out Away's Centerfold Garment Sleeve. It comes with a metal hook that you can attach the inside of your luggage to or hang it up at your hotel or Airbnb. If you want to take it a step further, you could have a separate dedicated garment bag if you're traveling with a lot of formal wear. Coming up with solutions to important questions like how to travel with a suit is what the Pack Hacker Pro community is all about. Pro is a welcoming, like-minded group of travel enthusiasts who know a thing or two when it comes to packing light. Joining Pro gives you access to community-driven info, giveaways, exclusive content, and our deals vault with discount codes for a variety of brands. So check out Pro with the link in the description below. Let's get back into the tips. If you can't get your hands on a compression packing cube or sack, then space bags are another alternative. They have a large capacity that you roll or vacuum out the air to compress, making them convenient for traveling with a down jacket, for example. Plus, they're clear so you can find what you're looking for quickly. While space bags can be a good budget pick, they do have a few flaws. First of all, it takes a lot of effort to get all the air out as opposed to just zipping up a packing cube. Second, your clothing will get wrinkled, so we hope you don't mind the ironing. And if you leave your clothing inside of a space bag for too long, it can start to smell musty, especially if you're in a humid climate. So we recommend unpacking your space bag right when you get to your destination, whenever possible. We all know that shoes take up a ton of space and weight inside of your bag. Being smart about which shoes to wear and which shoes to pack will help you save a lot on overweight baggage fees. We prefer to wear bulkier shoes like hiking or winter boots while we're in transit instead of packing them. However, thin, flat shoes like sneakers and sandals can go inside of our bags since they take up less space. To get really crafty, pack things like socks, makeup, and small tech accessories inside of your shoes to save space elsewhere in your bag. No matter which ones you decide to pack, we recommend using a shoe bag to keep accumulated dirt or sand away from your other stuff. The Peak Design shoe pouch is a good choice for this because it's lightweight, durable, and compresses down to palm size when you aren't using it. If you don't want to shell out money for a dedicated shoe bag, shower caps and drawstring bags work well too. Okay, so it's time to keep it real. The Ziploc bag is a tried and true method for organizing things inside of your luggage, especially if you're on a budget. In our minimalist packing tips for traveling on a budget video, we mentioned that Ziploc bags are a great replacement for packing cubes, and we haven't changed our minds. Just like space bags, a big benefit of Ziplocs is that they're clear, so you know where everything is. Some also have write-in labels so you can note whether you're organizing them by day or type of clothing. What makes them a better option than space bags though is that they are widely available and easy to use. Just press out as much air as possible in order to compress. They also come in a ton of different sizes depending on your needs. We like to use a 1-gallon Ziploc for shirts or pants and a 2-gallon bag for thick items like sweaters. The downside of Ziplocs are that they can start to break down, puncture, and tear after a couple of uses. Reinforcing the edges with duct tape will add some durability so you can reuse them a little bit longer. And now for our ultimate tip, reduce the amount of clothing you pack in the first place by using the KISS method. We aren't talking about rock and roll, we're telling you to keep it simple, silly. If you've been following along with Pack Hacker for a while, you've probably noticed that most of my wardrobe consists of black t-shirts and black pants. This makes packing simple, as I don't have to worry too much about coordinating specific outfits. I'm not saying your clothing has to be all black, but try making a capsule wardrobe with a few pieces that can be mixed and matched instead of packing a separate outfit for each day. I prefer wearing clothing made of merino wool since it's lightweight and can be worn a couple of times between washes. If that's a little too minimalist for you, another tip is to invest in multifunctional pieces. The Chrysalis Cardi by Encircled is a good example, as it can be worn as a cape, top, and several dress styles. Rendaya is also a fan of shamags, which come in handy as a scarf, head cover, or blanket in chilly weather. A shamag can even double as a budget packing cube in a pinch. Just fold your clothing up inside and tie it up. So there you have it, the best way to pack clothing for your next trip. If there's a hot tip that we missed, please leave it down in the comments below so the rest of the Pack Hacker community can learn from you right here on YouTube. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.